welcome back to my channel. Either video 2 or 3, I'm not sure, depending on what's happened. Loving this whole vibe of filming outside. It's really nice. Hopefully the audio is good, but who knows. So today I want to talk about this book. I have never ever in my life read a book and gone, oh my god, that's me. I do this, I do this, I do this. So the book is Anxiously Attached by Jessica Baum, however you want to pronounce it. This came up as a suggested book. I can't remember where, but basically I was like, yeah, why not? And so my marriage broke down when Arabella was 3 months old, not in a particularly nice way, and it's done some damage. And I've dated over the last 11 years, but I've always felt like there was just something not quite right with me and how I felt in a dating situation. And I didn't really understand why. I've been in therapy for 3 years. You know, I've done all the work to try and get myself to a place where I feel good in myself and I feel confident in other people and I trust people, because I came out of my marriage with no trust and pretty terrified that every person I've dated since is going to hurt me. So this book has literally shed light on why I behave the way I behave, I feel the way I feel, and it's been a game changer. So I'm going to read the back to you, and then we'll go into a bit more detail about what's in the book and more of the aha moments. Please bear with me, I'm covered in paint. I've been painting in my garden, which you will be seeing in a vlog very soon. Lucid and helpful, as said by the Sunday Times. If your partner doesn't answer a text quickly, do you become anxious? Do you check up on your partner online to know their every move? Are you drawn to people who are emotionally unavailable? Yes! If so, you might identify with having an anxious attachment style and find yourself prone to insecurity and codependency. But there is plenty you can do to feel stronger in yourself and improve your relationships. Psychotherapist and couples counsellor Jessica Baum has over 10 years experience helping people build happy and healthy relationships. In this book, she shares groundbreaking research, real-life case studies and useful exercises to guide you in finding and sustaining love. Yeah, just honestly, I've never in my life talked about a book as much as I have this one. It really struck a chord with me, and it also made me feel a bit less like I was mad, because there's so many, like, I've dated quite a few people in the last 11 years, but I've come out of every one of them, normally me ending it because I freak out, and gone, there's got to be something wrong with me, like there's something wrong with me. And actually there wasn't anything wrong with me, I just hadn't read this book. I'm not sure I'm going to go meet the man of my dreams immediately. This day and age of dating is completely fucked, so it's not that straightforward, but we'll see. So basically, my understanding from, I've not read this book physically, I've actually audiobooked it. I tend to audiobook a lot more than I read. I've just got more time, and it's easier to listen while I'm driving or mucking out or doing those mundane jobs that don't necessarily allow you to hold and read, but they do allow you to listen. And I get quite lost in books and get quite inspired. So I started the book really open-minded, and there were just so many things that she said that I related to. There are 3 different attachment styles in dating: secure, avoidant, and anxious. I would definitely say I am an anxious attachment style. I do get quite affected by people's output. I feel what other people feel. And I've also realised from this book that none of these things are bad things. Being a really kind and considerate and caring person is a really good thing, but it does just mean that you are more open to feeling these feelings in relationships, and also, interestingly, attracting from the wrong people. So an anxious person, me, would more often than not attract an avoidant person, which basically is like a game of rock paper scissors, 2 sets of scissors. Like, it's just not going to work. So from my perspective, the things that I need in a relationship that really do make it clear that I am an anxious person in a relationship is consistency. I don't like it when people are chat, and then they get quiet. And I'm like, oh my God, what have I done? You immediately think it's you, when in fact it's not. I take on other people's feelings. So if I'm dating someone and they're feeling something bad, or they're struggling with something or they're going through a bad situation, I feel their pain, which means that I get kind of dragged into a situation I don't really need to be dragged into. I do wonder whether there's a touch of me that is avoidant and anxious, because I will go so far into a relationship, be kind, be giving, be like present, and then I will have this like a physical feeling inside me that is just like, fucking run away from this person. They're going to hurt you. They are going to hurt you. Run. I have picked up the nickname Georgie the Ghoster because I have on many occasions just disappeared because I don't know what else to do. The feelings that come up inside of me are so uncomfortable. I know that if I run away, they'll go. So that's unfortunately what I've done. I have got better as the 11 years have gone on, but there's definitely still more work to be done. So Jessica talks through this book. There's loads of case studies of different couples, and it talks about how the relationships changed, what's happened, and the fact that a lot of anxious people are people pleasers. So we sit here and let the other person behave in the way they want to, feeling frustrated that they don't listen to our needs, feeling frustrated that we've asked them to do something and they haven't done it, but we don't say anything because the fear of saying something and then them leaving. It's basically, anxious attachment is basically a fear of abandonment. And yes, this can be traced back to childhood. I can definitely see how in my life that would link back to my childhood. I didn't have a bad childhood, but there were situations where I felt slight abandonment. What's really helpful about the book is that there's so many exercises that you can do to help you start to understand how to change your thinking styles, as is relayed in this book, that if you are an anxious attachment style, there will always be an element of you that is your go-to. So if you're in a situation where suddenly you feel this rise of emotions, an anxious attachment style is where you're going to go. So the 3 different attachment styles, go back to that: avoidant, anxious, and secure. Secure, like all the statistics are in the book. It's like 53% are secure or something. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, but read the book. So those are the people that are secure. They don't rely on other people for their validation. They don't rely on the other person to make them feel good. Avoidants are people that really struggle to engage in emotional contact with other people. So avoidant people are people that don't like getting too close to people. They're people that don't like to kind of keep all their eggs in one basket, if that makes sense. I did actually go down a rabbit hole of watching a load more videos on this relationship style because that is who I attract. I attract avoidant people because I'm anxiously attached. So for me, it was really interesting going down that road of understanding how exactly they tick. And there's like 3 different types of avoidant people. Like it's a rabbit hole that I didn't even realize was a thing until I read this book and then went onto YouTube and just started searching videos and going, oh my God, it just makes so much sense. Like they should teach this stuff in school. So I worked through the whole book a number of times. And obviously, like I've said, had loads of these aha, oh my God, sudden realization moments. It also helped to make me feel better about the situation, that there are millions of people that are anxiously attached. There's nothing wrong with us. There's some real positives to our personalities, but it's learning how to manage those personality traits in a relationship. And working through the book, there's loads of exercises you can do where it asks you questions and asks you how you would feel and all these different things. So basically the whole thing about being an anxiously attached person is that we don't feel like we are enough. We don't feel like we can validate ourselves, and we don't feel like we can cope on our own, which is hilarious because I've been on my own really for 11 years. But somehow deep down, I still feel like I'm not enough of a person to cope on my own. It's all about building up your self-esteem and feeling more secure in yourself. So other, like, relationship aside, forget the relationship for a minute. It's about making yourself as an entity feel capable, worthy, good about yourself, enough, loved by yourself. So what I've got from the book is basically a complete understanding on who I am in a relationship, an understanding on the people that I attract, an understanding on the people that I need to try and not attract, because I would love to be with a secure person that can give me what I need in a relationship: the consistency, the kindness, the compassion, the love. instead of going for men that are basically like, you're too close, run. If I haven't got there first and gone, this has got too much, I don't like how this feels, run. Because that basically seems to be the repeating pattern. But I do feel like now, having read this book, having worked through some of the stuff that Jessica recommends, and going off and doing my own research, that I really understand now where I'm at. I literally can't recommend it highly enough. It is just such a good book. Whether you listen to it on Audible, whether you do a Kindle, or whether you buy the paperback. I had to buy the paperback, firstly for this video, and secondly because this is a book that I will reread and keep. So yeah, there it is. That is my first ever book review. I feel like it was super rambly. I feel like I changed points a lot, but it is what it is. We've got some cool footage. I just need you guys to read this book. It is amazing. Yeah, dating is just, oh, honestly, you guys want to get yourselves on Tinder. It is just for a laugh. It's hilarious. The amount of pictures of men with fish, or in their pants, or taking a gym selfie, or holding somebody's puppy, kitten, or child. Like, oh. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and yeah, let me know if you like the video, because I do read, well, I listen to a lot of books, so I could probably give some feedback on some other books. They're all a bit like this, a bit self-helpy, a bit brainy, a bit psychotherapy, a bit psychology based. So yeah, if it's something that you guys want me to do again, let me know. Hope you're having a lovely week, and I will see you all very, very soon.